No one dared to speak. No one dared to breathe. The entire lobby of the glass-walled corporate headquarters stood frozen as a powerful billionaire CEO raised his hand against the woman carrying his unborn child. She was trembling, holding her belly, backing away as the rage in his eyes burned with a cruelty everyone had seen but never challenged. They watched, they listened, but they never stepped forward, because he owned the city, the press, the power, and their lives. Until that afternoon, when the sound of heavy boots came echoing across the marble floor, the doors opened, and the bikers walked in. If you believe kindness and second chances are stronger than fear and cruelty, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Light of Kindness. Your one action helps spread stories of courage and hope. Her name was Amara, a gentle soul with warm eyes and dreams that once glowed like the morning sun. She had married Kellen Voss, the brilliant and magnetic CEO of Voss Dynamics, a man whose charm could soften steel and whose fortune seemed to stretch endlessly. When Amara first met him, Kellen had been soft-spoken, thoughtful, and full of promise. He had taken her hand in moments she felt small, promising he would always protect her. His voice had once been the place where she felt safest. But power can disfigure love, and ambition can rot the heart. As Kellen rose in influence, the pressure twisted him. He became impatient, cold, then controlling. It began with words, sharp as needles, leaving Amara quiet and careful. Then it shifted into hands that gripped too hard. He apologized, gave gifts, swore it would never happen again. But with every apology came another wound, each deeper than the last. And now Amara was pregnant. She hoped, begged inside herself, that the baby would change him. But instead, it seemed to ignite his fury further. The smallest things became reasons for anger. A misplaced glass, a delayed answer, a tear he interpreted as disrespect. The staff knew. The city whispered. But power can silence even the loudest truth. That day, Amara had come to the office for a routine check-in, her steps slow and tired. She had not slept much, her hand constantly resting on her growing child as though her body were the only shield the little life had. Kellen was already yelling before she reached him. Something about a charity event she had chosen not to attend because of her exhaustion. He blamed her for embarrassing him. The lobby echoed with his voice as he stepped closer, his hand raised. Not the first time, but the first time in public. No one moved. Fear held every soul hostage. But the door opened. Kellen lunged, furious, yet Marlowe's hand moved first. He did not strike maliciously. He stopped Kellen's arm mid-swing with a calm strength that spoke of battles weathered long before this one. The guards stepped forward, but the bikers stood with grounded resolve, steady as mountains. This was not chaos. It was balance being restored. Kellen shouted orders, but his power meant nothing in this moment. The people around him no longer looked afraid. Something in the room had changed. A spell had broken. Amara's tears came, not from fear this time, but release. For the first time in so long, someone had stood for her. But Marlowe did not take credit. He guided her gently away, hands steady but respectful, ensuring she could walk. The other bikers formed a quiet barrier around her, not of threat but of protection. They moved outside into the daylight, where cars gleamed and city life continued unaware. Amara sat on a nearby bench, her breath shaking, one hand on her stomach. Marlowe crouched beside her, not asking questions that would reopen wounds too fresh to bear. Instead, he spoke softly. "You don't have to go back." The words were simple, but they carried weight stronger than steel. Amara felt something awakening inside her, something she thought she had lost forever. Strength. She looked up. The sun landed on her face, warm and gentle. She felt her child move, a tiny reminder of life, hope, future. She nodded. Leaving Kellen was not easy. Power doesn't let go willingly. Lawyers moved like wolves, stories twisted and pressure mounted. But the truth has a way of growing roots when enough hearts stand beside it. Employees came forward, testifying to what they had seen. Hospital reports surfaced. Kellen's empire trembled. Marlowe and the Iron Souls did not fight Kellen with fists or threats. They fought with presence. Every court entrance, every deposition, every late-night moment when fear tried to bring her back. They were there, and slowly the world saw the truth. Amara found her voice again. She began volunteering at women's shelters. She shared her story quietly at first, then confidently. She helped others recognize the signs she once ignored, and inside her grew not only a child, but a new purpose. Her son was born on a bright morning, crying with the strength of a soul who came from a mother who learned to rise. She named him Aiden, meaning little fire, because he had been her light when everything felt dark. Marlowe visited once, holding the baby gently, his calloused hands surprisingly tender. "You did this," he said. Amara smiled, tears warm and meaningful. "No," she whispered, "we did. Time passed, wounds healed, and the city remembered what happened that day, not as a scandal, but as a reminder that sometimes courage enters quietly, sometimes heroes walk in on heavy boots, sometimes the world changes because one person decides enough is enough." If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Light of Kindness. Your support helps us reach more souls who may need hope today. Before we end, please comment one lesson this story taught you, no matter how small. And always remember, kindness may look gentle, but it is powerful enough to stop even the strongest cruelty.